They say that behind every great man stands a great woman, but what if that woman isn't just beautiful and confident, but also decades younger? From secret romances to storybook weddings, these women are far more than just the wives of billionaires. Each of them has become a legend in her own right, leaving a lasting impression on the world. Some choose to lead quietly, while others shine brightly in the spotlight. But one thing unites them all: they've changed the game. In today's video, we'll take a closer look at the incredible journeys of these women who didn't just transform their own lives, but also influenced the world around them. They're not simply the wives of billionaires, but powerful, inspiring figures whose strength and vision continue to make a difference. The real question is, what gives them the power to achieve the extraordinary? Do you believe that behind every powerful man, there's a powerful woman? If you agree, drop a 1-inch the comments. If not, type 0. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. Now, let's jump into these amazing stories. When a gorgeous Italian model marries a Formula One billionaire more than 3 decades older, you can bet the tabloids have a field day. But Elisabetta Gregoracci didn't back down for a second. She stepped right into the spotlight and completely owned it. Born in Calabria, Italy, Elisabetta first caught attention through beauty pageants and magazine covers. Her natural charm soon lit up fashion runways, and before long she became a familiar face on Italian television. But the real global buzz came in 2008, when she married Flavio Briatore, the larger-than-life, often controversial businessman who helped lead Renault to Formula One glory. With a 30-year age gap and Briatore's reputation for drama, critics were quick to throw around the usual gold digger label. Elisabetta, however, just smiled and carried on with grace. From the beaches of Sardinia to the decks of Monaco's finest yachts, she turned every bit of public scrutiny into her own quiet form of rebellion. They have a son, Nathan Falco, and for a while, their life together seemed picture perfect. But as we know, love that moves too fast doesn't always last. In 2017, the couple quietly announced their divorce. No public drama, no messy court battles, and no bitterness. It was a rare, graceful ending in a world where power and ego often collide. Elisabetta walked away with dignity, shared custody of their son, and a financial settlement that ensured her comfort. After the split, she made a strong comeback, returning to television, walking red carpets, and reminding everyone she was far more than just someone's wife. Once the cameras followed her for who she married, now they followed her for who she had become. Life may try to define us by our relationships, but what truly matters is how we take back the pen and rewrite our own story. Elisabetta Gregoracci didn't just survive the headlines, she rose above them, building her own legacy with strength, grace, and confidence. In a world where wealth and elegance often come with quiet restraint, Jade Lagardère stood out fearless, bold, and unapologetically herself. Through her tattoos, her Instagram presence, and her unfiltered attitude, she spoke loudly and authentically. She wasn't the typical billionaire's wife, and that's exactly why the world couldn't stop watching her. At just 20 years old, Jade, a Belgian-American model with endless legs and a rebellious streak, caught the attention of Arnaud Lagardère, one of France's most influential businessmen, 50 years her senior. The media went wild over their 30-year age gap, the contrast in lifestyles, and the fortune surrounding them. But none of it mattered to Jade or Arnaud. When their relationship became public through an intimate video, her openness stunned the French elite. In a society that values discretion and composure, Jade was seen as too bold, too outspoken. Yet behind the tattoos and attitude was a woman deeply in love, and a man unafraid to love her right back. They got married and welcomed a child, and while the press swirled with non-stop gossip, Jade kept living life entirely on her own terms. She shifted gears from modeling to writing, and went on to publish a successful graphic novel, proving she was far more than just a beautiful face in designer heels. She's a storyteller with sharp wit, creativity, and a voice that refuses to blend in. Of course, life in the spotlight isn't always glamorous. Their relationship faced its fair share of storms, rumors, criticism, and constant public scrutiny. But like a phoenix rising in designer leather, Jade came back stronger every time. She's a modern woman, thriving in a traditional world, a tattooed rebel among the French elite. And maybe that rebellious spirit is exactly what legacy needs sometimes. Because building a legacy isn't always about maintaining tradition, it's about shaking things up. Jade Lagardère is living proof that a woman can rewrite the rules, rise with power, and leave her mark on a world that wasn't built for her voice but now can't ignore it. Born into an ordinary family in China, Wendy Deng's journey from humble beginnings to the heights of global media power is nothing short of extraordinary. But Wendy was never content to simply stand beside greatness, she intended to create it. Raised by engineer parents, her early life was far removed from the high-stakes world of billion-dollar boardrooms. Yet ambition has a way of finding its path. Determined and razor-sharp, she moved to California, earned her MBA from Yale, and quickly made her mark within Rupert Murdoch's vast media empire. Then came the moment that changed everything. She married the boss. Their 1,999 wedding took the world by surprise. He was 68, she was 30. But Wendy didn't flinch. She wasn't just young and beautiful. She was ambitious, educated, and remarkably strategic. During their 14 years together, she became a well-known figure in elite circles, forging connections with powerful names from Silicon Valley to Washington, even forming friendships with members of the Trump family. Yet her closeness to power didn't come without a price. Whispers about her influence, alleged political ties, and supposed affairs followed her everywhere. In 2018, reports surfaced suggesting that U.S. intelligence officials suspected Wendy of having connections with the Chinese government. Though no evidence or charges ever surfaced, the rumors fueled endless speculation. When she and Murdoch divorced in 2013, it wasn't just the end of a marriage, it was the close of one chapter and the rise of her own independent legacy. Since then, Wendy has built an impressive life on her own terms, becoming an art collector, film producer, and a quiet powerhouse in elite circles. No regrets, no distractions, just focus and control. Wendy Deng doesn't chase power, she naturally draws it in. She's proven that when you build your influence through intelligence, strategy, and resilience, nothing can stand in your way. Wendy is living proof that a smart, driven woman can master the game of power and rewrite the rules while doing it. Everyone knows Salma Hayek, the stunning actress with fierce eyes and an even fiercer spirit. But few truly understand the story of strength and resilience behind her beauty, including her marriage to one of the most powerful figures in fashion. In 2007, Salma surprised the world when she married François-Henri Pinault, the CEO of Kering, the empire behind luxury brands like Gucci, Balenciaga, and Saint Laurent. He's not just a billionaire, he's the man shaping the global fashion landscape. Yet Salma never needed his name to define her. She had already built her own legacy through talent, hard work, and determination. Their love story was quick but genuine. After just 11 months of dating, Francois proposed. And by then, Salma was already expecting their daughter, Valentina. Some called their love story a whirlwind, others called it a gamble, but for Salma, it was simply real. What set her apart was that she never let herself be defined by her husband's empire. She didn't become Mrs. Pinault. She remained Salma, strong, confident, and fiercely protective of her individuality. Even under the immense pressure of fame, family, and public scrutiny, she never lost sight of who she was. More than just a wife, she continued to shine on red carpets, champion women's rights, and pursue her passion for acting and producing. She has also been a powerful advocate for women of color, working to create opportunities in industries where they're too often overlooked. Salma once said, "I don't want to be loved because I'm successful. I want to be loved despite it." And with François-Henri Pinault, it seems she found just that. True independence isn't about stepping out of someone's shadow, it's about standing tall in your own light. Salma Hayek is living proof of the strength that comes from knowing yourself and choosing love without losing identity. Some women marry billionaires, but Anna Sergeyevna chose to stand beside one of the most eccentric figures in modern high society. In Los Angeles, where wealth and fame blur beneath neon lights, billionaire James Goldstein is a legend in his own right, known for his bold fashion sense, front-row NBA seats, and his iconic mid-century mansion that doubles as a fashion and architecture landmark. He's rarely seen without a striking woman on his arm, and lately, that woman has been Anna Sergeyevna, a tall, blonde model who radiates old Hollywood glamour mixed with a modern, magnetic edge. Now in his 82nds, Goldstein continues to live life his way surrounded by luxury, excitement, and beauty. For Anna, joining his world means stepping into a whirlwind of fashion weeks, elite parties, and courtside moments in basketball history. She's become the newest star in the dazzling world he's built, but Anna is far more than just a beautiful presence in his orbit. With her striking looks and mysterious charm, she's captured attention on her own terms, drawing curiosity and admiration wherever she goes. Who is she, beyond the flash of the cameras? Is she simply the latest muse in Goldstein's glamorous circle, or is she redefining what it truly means to be a billionaire's beauty? Critics may dismiss her as just another fleeting chapter in Goldstein's extravagant story, but those who look closer see something entirely different. Anna is a woman who knows how to command the spotlight without being swallowed by it. Whether she remains the queen of Goldstein's glittering world or builds an empire of her own, one thing is certain. In a society obsessed with image and appearances, she knows exactly how to turn perception into power. In a world where beauty often defines destiny, Anna Sergeyevna proves that a woman can use attention as a tool, not a trap, to shape her own narrative. Intelligence, resilience, and the courage to seize every moment are what truly set her apart. She stepped into the spotlight with effortless grace and left it wearing a multi-million-dollar wedding ring. But make no mistake, Hope Dworajic-Smith is nobody's trophy. She's a powerhouse in her own right. In 2010, Hope caught global attention as Playboy's Playmate of the Year, embodying beauty, poise, and confidence all at once. When tech billionaire Robert F. Smith met her, it wasn't just her looks that drew him in, it was her drive, her charisma, and her undeniable presence. Their wedding was the stuff of dreams, set against the breathtaking backdrop of Italy's Amalfi Coast. There was a private helicopter, a stunning villa, and even John Legend performing live not once, but twice first as Hope walked down the aisle, then again as the couple shared their first dance under the stars. The guest list read like the pages of Forbes, and the night itself felt like a modern-day fairy tale. But it's what happened after the vows that truly defines Hope Dworajic-Smith. She didn't disappear into a life of luxury, she built one on her own term. As the founder of Mutha, a high-end skincare brand created for mothers, Hope turned motherhood and entrepreneurship into twin pillars of her legacy. She's open about identity and empowerment, often speaking about what it means to be more than a title, more than a mold, and more than a label. While her husband ranks among the richest men in America, Hope has carved out her own path, standing beside him, never behind him. In doing so, she's become a modern symbol of confident femininity, powerful, accomplished, and unapologetically herself. She may have started her journey gracing the pages of glossy magazines, but today she commands attention in boardrooms and business circles. Never underestimate a woman who knows how to own every space she walks into, whether it's under the flash of cameras or the soft glow of candlelight. Hope Dworajic-Smith proves that a woman can be both captivating and strong, building her own destiny no matter the world she steps into. Drop a 1 in the comments if you're inspired by Hope's story of strength and independence, or a 0 if you're not quite convinced yet. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. Now, let's keep going and see how the story unfolds. Imagine being crowned at just 18, not in a fairy tale, but in a world where centuries-old traditions dictate every move you make. That was Princess Amira Al Tawil's reality, until she chose to take control of her own story. Her marriage to Saudi billionaire Prince Al-Walid bin Talal captured global attention. A young woman filled with passion and ambition suddenly found herself in a palace surrounded by power, wealth, and expectation. Their relationship reportedly began with a 2-hour interview Amira conducted with the prince, an encounter that soon turned into admiration, commitment, and eventually, a royal wedding. But Amira was never satisfied with a crown she didn't choose. Beneath the elegance and royal rituals was a woman driven by purpose, a believer in women's rights, community growth, and her own independence. Where others saw luxury, she saw limits. So, she made a bold choice to rewrite her destiny. When her marriage ended in 2013, many expected scandal or heartbreak. Instead, what the world witnessed was transformation. Amira didn't walk away as a fallen princess, she emerged as a woman reborn. Leaving behind privilege and titles, she devoted herself to empowering women, championing education, and breaking down the barriers of tradition that once confined her. Today, even though Amira no longer holds a royal Saudi title, she possesses something far more powerful: self-determination. Every time she appears in public, every speech she delivers for charitable causes, she carries a message of strength and autonomy, that a woman's worth isn't defined by her title, but by the choices she makes. Amira no longer lives by a script written for her. She's writing her own story, one bold chapter at a time. If fairy tales promise a happily ever after, Amira Al-Tawil shows us that true magic begins when you stop living by someone else's rules. Her journey isn't just about wealth or royal bloodlines, it's about freedom, courage, and transformation. Wherever you are in life, remember this: never let anyone else author your story. Be brave enough to write your own and claim your destiny. It's not every day you see a woman marry a billionaire and outshine even a royal wedding, but Andrea Hissam did exactly that. When she wed casino tycoon Steve Wynn in 2011, she didn't just walk down the aisle, she owned the moment. Their ceremony, famously dubbed America's Royal Wedding, took place just one day after Prince William and Kate Middleton's and was held at the lavish Wynn Las Vegas resort. Andrea's gown, a stunning Oscar de la Renta creation, drew comparisons to Princess Kate's own dress, and the guest list was a who's who of global power and prestige, with more than 1,000 elite attendees. Yet Andrea was never just another glamorous bride. Born in England and raised amid high society, she brought with her a timeless sophistication and poise that made her stand out wherever she went. She's the kind of woman who captures attention long before anyone realizes she's with one of the richest men in America. Despite being 21 years younger than Steve Wynn and facing the inevitable chatter about their age difference, Andrea quickly showed she was far more than just a beautiful companion. Through her public appearances and subtle influence behind the scenes, she exuded grace and composure, even while standing beside one of the most closely watched figures in the business world, particularly when Wynn's name surfaced in headlines during the Me Too era. Still, Andrea chose to stay. In a world where love, power, and wealth rarely coexist without complications, she remains graceful, composed, and untouched by scandal. Perhaps she's holding more cards than anyone realizes, because true power isn't always about being loud or commanding attention. It's often found in quiet strength, in the ability to stay calm and steady when everything around you shifts. Andrea Hissam stands as proof that a woman can hold her own through confidence, intuition, and the wisdom to live life entirely on her own terms.